I guess I really am a game critic now. Hello everyone, it is me, Megamaniacs, and in this video we are talking about the one, the only LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, a game released pretty much a year ago, about a year ago, a week before this video is being posted. It turned 1 year old, basically. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga now being 1 year old is very interesting, because now we can see how the game actually held up over time, and let's just say it didn't hold up that greatly in the media. Because overall this game has kind of lost relevancy, which is not very good over a year time span. Yeah, there's still some people like Bombastic who are still playing this game, but overall in the actual like media, it kind of stopped being relevant after the Clone Wars DLC launched, and after that it kind of stopped being relevant. But we're gonna ask ourselves, a year later, is this game still good? Is this game as good as people were saying it was when it released, or did this game not hold up at all, and it's just a letdown to the people who were extremely excited for this game, because this game got delayed so many times. So we're gonna see if this LEGO game was worth the wait, was worth the hype, and we'll see how it held up over a year. Let's get into the video. So, I began my journey by replaying LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. My goal was to replay all of the levels in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which was a lot, and I have a lot to talk about, because, to be honest, this was my first time replaying the game after I originally beat it April of last year. I've done some free play stuff after that, but I want to say the last time I really opened the game was May of last year, which is absurd. And, of course, I have a lot to say, so let's start out with the positive stuff I have to say. The lightsaber battles in this game are just fantastic. I love the mechanics around it. There is one problem with it, but we'll get to all of that later. But overall, the lightsaber battles are pretty good. I absolutely love the mechanics around it, and you could get some really dynamic fights in here, some very cinematic fights in here. And just the lightsaber mechanics in general are just great. Of course, with the blaster fights are also really good. And overall, the prequels and the original trilogy are just really, really good. I really had an amazing time replaying all of them and experiencing it all again. There was a lot of really good stuff to be had here. A lot of memes, of course. A lot of goofy sillies and some ahs in there. Just a lot of good stuff. I can see why this game was loved on arrival, because honestly, there's so much to love about this game. The amount of characters in this game too is absurd. Now, there might be a little too many characters, but overall, there's a lot of them, alright? There's a lot to unlock, a lot to play with. And if you're like me who got the deluxe edition, you get all of the original DLC characters for free. So I have those now. So those are a lot of fun to play with and mess around with, playing as the Mandalorian and all of that. Sadly, I never got the Clone Wars DLC, but that does look pretty cool. Getting to play as Captain Rex just seems so cool. There's a lot of other great stuff about this game too, like somehow they managed to make the sequels fun. I never thought playing the sequels would be as fun as it was, but the sequel levels in this game are pretty good. They are so self-aware on how bad the sequels are that they make fun of it in such a great way. It also has probably one of the best boss fights in the entire game, the Praetorian Guard boss fight. Now, There is a problem with all of the boss fights that we'll get to in the negatives, but this boss fight is a lot different than some of the other boss fights, to where you're just doing lightsaber combat. The Praetorian Guards, you are fighting multiple bosses at once, and switching between Rey and Kylo, and honestly it's just a very dynamic boss fight with a lot of steps to it. It was one of the more challenging boss fights that you couldn't just seize very quickly and easily. And overall, great boss fight. I don't know how they managed to make it so fun, but they did. Even The Force Awakens couldn't do that. And LEGO Star Wars The First Force Awakens isn't that amazing of a game in my opinion. I know that's probably a hot take, but this is like that on steroids. The sequels in this game, I cannot give them enough praise. And of course, there's a lot of other smaller things that are pretty cool, like the open world, just exploring the planets, just kind of watching the stuff go by. The open world in general is just, it's pretty good. I would have liked a bigger open world, because the planets are really just kind of sections you can explore, but realizing that that would take a absurd amount of resources and would be damn near impossible to make a fleshed out open world for all, like, what, 20 planets that are in this game? So you know what, I'm good with what we got now. And overall, this game is just so fun if you just want to get on and just do some gaming, just some casual gaming for a little bit. This is a really good game. But now, let's get into what people could say are the negatives. Okay, now let's talk about the negatives, and there are quite a few. Going back to boss fights. The boss fights, like I said, are good in this game, but the entire game as a whole is way too easy. You could beat this game pretty quickly, I'd say. Overall, the game is pretty dang easy. Even the puzzles are just kind of like the same R2 puzzle, copy and pasted around the map, which, compared to like older LEGO games, like for example, the original LEGO Batman game, or hell, even the complete saga, it's just not that great. Also, boss fights can be seized, like, very easily by just spamming the lightsaber throw button. As long as you spam the lightsaber throw button, you can pretty much beat any boss in the game without dying once. And the only boss fight you can't really do that with is the Praetorian Guards until the end, because there's just so many of them. But overall, like, I was beating up Darth Vader in the Bespin duel, and I was just throwing my lightsaber at him, and he died pretty quickly. It wasn't that, it's not hard enough, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like there could have been some more Salons in there. Throw something new, not just the same mechanics, throughout every single level of the game. And excluding the Praetorian Guard boss fight, most of the boss fights, like Darth Maul, Darth Vader, they're all similar. There's a few, like General Grievous, that kind of spice it up a little bit, but not really. It's, at the end of the day, it's kind of the same thing. I wish there was more variety. Also, this game is a complete downgrade to the complete saga in almost every way, except for graphics, because the graphics in this game, obviously it's a next generation game, of course it's gonna have beautiful graphics, but honestly, the complete saga is just better, and it probably shouldn't be. Maybe it's just because I like that game so much, but it really is just better. And there is a few bugs I have ran into. A year after launch, bugs shouldn't be too big of an issue, but most of the bugs are small things, so that's not really a big issue. The only big issue I had is that on my first save file, I was unable to beat A New Hope because it broke and it would not load the next level. Whenever I beat the level, it would just send me back to the beginning of the level and would not progress me through the game. So I had to create an entire new save file to go play Empire and Return of the Jedi, which a year after launch, we should have bugs like that, the game breaking to where you physically cannot progress through the game and play like 20% of the game. It's just not possible because of a bug. And I could not get it working. So what I had to do is just go back, create a new save file, and play it all over again, which wasn't that great, right? I did not want to do that, but I didn't really have any choice. But other than those problems, the game, to be fair, was really good. A lot of it is just me nitpicking, except for the bug that was really annoying. But overall, this game is really good. So let's go right ahead and get to the conclusion. Hey, hello everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a pretty good one, I'd say. I hope you enjoyed. I know in the last video I said I was taking a break. That was a lie. I'm not. I just realized that I should probably make some more videos, because why not? This channel is on such a big roll right now, having the videos doing so well at the moment, so I figured why not just continue the streak, make some more just banger videos. Now, I will not be uploading for a little bit, and I'm not taking a break, but there's a reason why. My next video is gonna take a long time to make, right? So stay tuned, because this video, the thumbnail will be on screen, is gonna be amazing. Can't wait to see you there. Bye bye.